10 o'clock news with Carol Marine and Ron Majors, John Coleman with weather, and Mark Giangreco with sports. The Channel 5 news at 10.
Tonight, a 21-year-old man is charged with killing a South Suburban gun shop owner with one of the gun shop owner's own weapons. Channel 5's Rich Samuels reports the people who ended up catching the suspect were customers who grabbed loaded guns themselves.
Do what you have to do. Protect your family and your friends.
James Kirkpatrick did what he had to do.
Moore took refuge in a nearby beauty school, loaded the gun with ammunition he was carrying. Kirkpatrick chased him inside. Paul Johnson, the store owner, followed, and then the confrontation.
Police reportedly have said they appreciate the help but criticize the two men for firing shots at Moore, saying that could have led to other people getting hurt.
No one has claimed responsibility for an attack that turned a Greek cruise ship into a battleground today. 9 people died, 98 were injured. An amateur cameraman on the Aegean Sea captured scenes of ships and a helicopter moving in to aid the passengers.
Chicago homeowners may face more taxing times. Tomorrow, Mayor Eugene Sawyer is expected to propose a $56 million property tax hike to offset a budget shortfall. Tomorrow may also set into motion another council clash between the mayor and his political rival, Alderman Timothy Evans. The mayor will reportedly meet with a group of aldermen to discuss the possible removal of Evans as head of the Finance Committee. Evans said it would be a tremendous political mistake to try and unseat him. The mayor is also reportedly considering unseating Alderman Lawrence Bloom as head of the Committee on Budget and Government Operations. Bloom says he'll fight to keep his chairmanship. Evans and Bloom are considered likely challengers to Sawyer in next spring's mayoral election.
How far would you go to help out your boss? Would you give up some of your vacation pay, or would you take unpaid time off? Channel 5's Derrick Blakley reports that's the prospect facing some city workers in suburban Harvey tonight.
In Harvey, municipal workers are being given a stark choice.
The workers' old contract expired in April. The city says its latest offer is final, but in a meeting tonight, the members of this union unanimously rejected the city's latest contract proposal.
In Harvey, Derrick Blakley, Channel 5 News.
The union says it will still present an alternative contract proposal on Friday.
Tonight, for the first time, Jesse Jackson is formally saying he will accept the number 2 spot on the Democratic ticket if it's offered. Jackson met with Michael Dukakis' campaign manager, Paul Brontis, today. Sources close to Dukakis say the top contenders for the second slot are Senator Albert Gore of Tennessee and Congressman Lee Hamilton.
Congress is putting a price tag on the drought of 1988. A bill being drawn in the House would include payments of up to $100,000 per farmer. Homeowners say they may seek a court injunction against the farmers and irrigation.
In Iowa, grain farmer Dick Pitzenberger has redefined the meaning of the word cash crop. In the middle of the field, a mile-wide Mickey Mouse sculpture quite visible from a busy air route overhead.
Still to come tonight, a new warning about a new strain of venereal disease in Chicago.
A case of dueling helicopters in a daring prison escape.
In sports, we'll profile a Chicagoan who could run home with Olympic gold.
And he's allegedly goofy and lovable, and we know he's made of stainless steel.
The Channel 5 News is being sponsored in part by Walgreen Drugs.
Well, we've been getting a little relief from the heat and maybe even relief from the drought coming up later in the week.
Well, that's really a maybe, but the heat has definitely moved to the east, while Chicago enjoys a lake wind tonight. Low 64, high 84, but only 75 near the lakefront. Unfairly gentle northeast winds, partly cloudy skies. It's great, but no soaking rains are in the offing. Carolyn Ron?
We'll pray it changes. Thank you, John. Next in sports, a victory in court for a Bears quarterback.
But a big loss in court for a lot of other football players. You'll hear from one of the Bears who might be affected. Stay tuned.
Here's Mark. This may not be a great time to form a new players union, huh?
Yeah, the mood of the country,
Yeah.
I guess. Owners win again, folks. Minneapolis U.S. District Judge David Doty today, fearing that he would upset the competitive balance of the NFL, decided against granting unrestricted free agency to some 300 players. Well, the Stars will certainly be out in Cincinnati tomorrow night. That is, if the rain holds off. Today's All-Star home run hitting contest and all the other festivities were washed out at Riverfront Stadium. Of course, the game is a total wash for Ozzie Guillen. The bad leg's going to keep him out of the lineup, but he's still glad to be there. Sean Dunston glad to be away from Don Zimmer after their near fist fight. For Rhino and Andre, well, it just doesn't get any better. Our Olympic preview series rolls on tonight as Tom Scheer profiles a local miler who right now stands as America's best bet to go the distance in Seoul.
Glen Ellen's Jim Spivey is one of America's best hopes for a medal at the Summer Games. Jim Spivey is no stranger to the Olympic experience. However, his past experiences were not successful. In 1980, he failed to qualify for the team. He did make it in '84, but finished 5th in the 1,500-meter competition. Tom Scheer, Channel 5 Sports.
Good luck to Jim. Think you guys could run a mile?
I know Ron couldn't at all.
The movie Short Circuit was the most rented video of 1987.
It's an on-again, off-again kind of film. Sometimes it really connects and it's charming, and sometimes, especially when the humans dominate the screen, it just doesn't quite make it. Norman's marked 2.5 stars out of a possible 4. You know, after a couple of short circuits, I find myself believing and liking the robot a lot more than the human beings. I'm Norman Mark, Channel 5 News.
In a moment, Ron with a desperate search for drought jokes. Stay with us.
Finally tonight, let's hear it for the farmers who've been battling drought but have maintained their sense of humor. A Wisconsin farm newspaper asked farmers for drought jokes and got these responses. My corn roots are going so deep in search of water, they're being trimmed by a fellow farmer in Australia. Another farmer claims that the frogs on his farm are 4 months old and haven't had a chance to learn how to swim. And one farmer said his creek is so dry that it squeaks as it rounds the bend. Well, even though bittersweet, maybe laughter is the best medicine, and that's the news this Monday.
Thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. We hope you will too. Good night.